Hi,
This is Tracy here,
I'm Darren.
and we are from
Ascend Realtor.
So today, right, I'm super excited, right, because right, I got Darren in to especially share about this topic called the
Property decoupling.
Yes. So today, Darren will be going in depth or to share about what exactly is decoupling, why do people decouple, and the golden question of is decoupling the best way for couple, right, to really own multiple properties. When I owned my first property, which is a EC, a brand new EC, bought together with my husband, and when it reached MOP period, right, we were actually faced with a few options. And one of the options is decoupling. So first option is we could just easily keep the property, just stay inside and happily pay off the loan, and then just be happy and live happily ever after in my 2-bedroom EC.
Okay.
That's option one, right? Yeah. Option two is actually, if we love our house so much but we still want to own multiple property, then how?
Yes.
Decouple,
Yes.
right? So decouple is another option. Third option is, that was presented to us back then, was to sell the house and buy a house each under one name. Right, so these are the three options that we actually face, and I believe right now, as consumers, as people out there, you guys might be in the same stage of asset progression point of time as me. In order to get clear of the options, and in order to move forward, we first have to get clear about what is this decoupling about.
Yes.
Because it is not, I would say it sounds simple, but after when you hear from Darren, right, you will understand that it's not that simple. There's a lot of mechanism involved in decoupling. Now, I believe that some of you here may have heard a lot of strategies from a lot of gurus out there about different strategies that you can use for your own property. So why do we need to decouple? Why do some people choose to decouple?
So for couples, when they want to buy a second properties while retaining the current properties, they will actually choose to explore decouplings, okay, by transferring one of the share to another's, so that one of the owner, right, can be made to become a first-time buyers. Okay, while doing that, right, what happens is they only need to actually pay the buyer's stamp duty and not the additional buyer's stamp duty.
Wow, hearing that, so is this coupling, right, the best way for everyone to do it?
No, decoupling is not always the best method for everyone in Singapore. Well, it's offer a strategy to actually help people to save some tax, but not all. Okay, it might not be suitable depending on the individual financial situation, the property goal, or even like the property portfolio, right, their portfolio, and also the potential change in the regulations. And the worst part, right, is pay more tax without proper planning.
So with that being said, right, let's dive right into the case studies to take a look at how it worked for us.
Alright, now let's take a look at the numbers. For property A, right, what happened is actually they did a decoupling at the market value of 1.4 million. Okay, so what happened is 50-50 share, the value will be 700,000. Okay, the buyer's stamp duty incur will be 15,600. Alright. Yeah, and then after the decoupling, right, what happened is the wife actually went on to buy a new launch property at the market value of 1.2 million. The buyer's stamp duty will be 32,600. Alright, so at this stage, right, what happened is actually they haven't yet to actually contacted us for a consultation. It's only after a few months later, they actually contacted us having an idea of whether to sell this property and then buy a bigger properties for their own stay, and then to house them, the families, and also to house the parents. Yeah. So after contacted us, right, what happened is actually we did an analysis to see whether it is suitable to just keep on with this property A or proceed to buy. Right. So what happened over here, right? We did the analysis and then we found out that the market trend, right, for this property is actually for the past 8 to 9 years, actually is not performing. Okay, basically it's a straight line. All right, so for this, right, what happened is will this price continue to go sideways or will it come down? Very unlikely it will go up, because for the past close to 9 years it never go up at all. Okay, so what happened is they are thinking of selling it, but it is still within 1 year of the seller's stamp duty period, right? So what happened is if they were to sell now, right, the seller's stamp duty incur, right, will be about 90,000, right, 90,000. Okay, and then they will proceed to buy a 3.5 million landed properties All right, the buyer's stamp duty incur 149,600. Right. So with this, right, the total amount stamp duty payable, right, is actually 287,000. If before they decouple and they make a consultation with us, okay, will they still need to pay 287,000 in tax in total over here? Okay, the crucial point here is actually we need to make an analysis for the current property, whether is it still performing or it is not. Yeah, if it is still performing, you are okay to keep for the next 3 years, all right, because they're still performing, there's a capital appreciation, right? But if it is not performing, right, we will suggest that they don't keep this, straight away sell, all right, and then they will save on the decoupling by stamp duty, right, while they proceed to buy the landed properties. Okay, when they proceed to sell this property, right, there will be no seller stamp duty incurred over here as well, right? So technically the stamp duty payable is only the two properties that they are buying, right? So the total stamp duty, if they were to buy these two, right, the total stamp duty payable is actually 182,200. All right, so with this, right, if they were to sell this and proceed to buy the two property over here, total how much is the saving? Basically they are saving at 105,600 if they were to sell and buy straight away. Yeah, so this is actually unnecessary amount that they actually paid for now. So what can we take away from this case study?
Alright, thanks Darren so much for your in-depth sharing. Appreciate it. Now guys, I feel that the key learning here is that, right, for us to take away is do not get emotional, walk in a show flat and FOMO and just buy a unit without a proper consultation and planning. Just like this case, you know, for this couple, if they would have taken a different path to speak to a well-trained consultant and instead of, you know, executing the decoupling and buying a new launch first, they could have offload their property and move on the other path, then easily they can save $105,600. I don't know about you guys, man, it's a lot of money. I mean, this is other people's mistake that we learn from and we just do better for our own portfolio, and this is the reason why we share, so that you can not only earn more through property, you can also save more.
So we have come to the end of today's sharing. Please let us know your thought, and if you need any assistance for your property planning, do connect with us by clicking on the link in the description below and we will get in touch with you.
Stay tuned to our channels as we will be creating lots of other contents to add value to you guys. And you have been staying tuned to now, right? I bet you have found great values from this video. So do like and subscribe to us as well, right? So this is about all for us today. Yep, goodbye.